While the flood waters have receded across the valley following last month's severe storms, the damage left behind remains an issue, something our guest today is working to tackle. In our continuing coverage this afternoon, as we help the community and those affected rebuild following last month's severe storms, Hidalgo County Commissioner Precinct 1 David Fuentes joins us today. Thank you, Commissioner, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Important topic here. I know that we may be driving on those roads and they're no longer flooded, but the damage we see and that you've seen firsthand is impressive.
Well, it's unfortunate, you know, in the assessment that we conducted with FEMA on household damages, we had about 1,700 homes that were affected in a major category and or damaged. So it's an unfortunate situation for our area. And along with that, we also have a lot of damage to public roads, public facilities. Our office actually was displaced because we had about a foot of water inside our building. So we're working remotely, and unfortunately we had to be responsive in a situation where we didn't have all our resources available to us. But the county and all the precincts have been very supportive, and they've given us all the resources we need to be able to respond.
Yeah, certainly we do want to have you take a look at those images that we see right now. I personally am not from the Valley. I am new to this. This is really compelling images for me. But Commissioner, this has happened in these areas before. I know that you've assessed the damage. You were able to fly over the area in a plane, and you got some assistance from fellow officials as well. What do you see moving forward? What can we do to improve the infrastructure? Well,
the infrastructure is designed for a certain capacity of water, and it's usually for about a 25-year event. So you expect one out of every 25 years you'll have an event that would that the capacity would be full. Unfortunately, this area has been impacted negatively like this twice in the last 3 years, and we've seen that we've had a lot of flood damage. My job now is to try to assess all the information that we received over these last couple of weeks. We're going to make sure that we try to address it, but the amount of rain that fell in that area so quickly, you know, no infrastructure is capable of handling that kind of capacity. You saw in the floods in the Hurricane Harvey, you know, Houston didn't have the infrastructure to be able to sustain that kind of rainfall, but we received it in such a short amount of time. You know, Hurricane Harvey went out, came back, and then went out again, and we received all of this rain. I think I saw a graphic on one of the news stations where we had roughly 8 to 10 inches of rain in about 5 hours, and it just came so fast. And then in the subsequent day, we had rain in McAllen and Mission, and all of those waters headed our direction as well. So it was just full to capacity and had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and Commissioner, of course, we're going to continue this conversation, but we also want to talk to you about the type of damage and cost. Have we estimated what this could cost us moving forward?
Well, the initial assessment from the National Weather Association that we would probably top about $100 million. I think right now we're in the process of gathering all that information. I know the school district in Weslaco had $4 to $5 million of damages. We had 2 church entities that had sustained a lot of damage inside, and the countless number of homes and property that was destroyed with the rainfall that came down. And I'm just talking about Precinct 1, which was Weslaco and Mercedes, and the outlying areas are a little bit more impacted, but we still have our partners out in the west that have to assess their damages as well.
Yeah, definitely. We want to continue this conversation. Commissioner Fuentes is going to stay here with us for a second part on this important topic.